Decimal numbers, adding and subtracting with money. What are they? Numbers that have a decimal point followed by digits. Why? Helpful to understand the number line, percentages, fractions. Helpful in determining winners in races like the Olympics. Interesting fact, a piece of paper cannot be folded more than 9 times. Now let's take a look at some vocabulary. We have the words align, to place in a straight line, decimal point, the dot in the number, and place value, the numerical value and position of a digit. So let's take a look at the steps in order to do it. Step 1, align the decimal point and place values. Step 2, add empty zeros if necessary. Step 3, add or subtract. So if we take a look at the first example, nothing is in alignment. So let's go ahead and put things in a line. So as you can see now, the decimal points are all in one line, and so are the place values. So the hundreds is above the hundreds, the tenths is above the tenths, and the units is above the units. So now we can go ahead and add. So 2 plus 2 is 4. Carry a 0. You don't have to carry zeros, but they're just there to help you realize what we're doing. And then 0 plus 2 plus 4 is 6. Carry a 0, and 0 plus 3 plus 1 is 4. And you put the 4 below, and your final answer is 4 pounds and 64 pence. So let's go ahead and take a look at example 2. Okay, so therefore we can, and nothing's aligned, so now we need to put things in a line. And so now we've done that, and as you can see, there's an empty space, so now we're going to add the empty 0, and now we're just going to go ahead and start adding. So we get 4 plus 0, which is 4. Carry the 0, not necessary, but just showing you what the process is. So 0 plus 5 plus 7 is 12. Now we need to carry, so we put the 1 above the 3 and the 2 below the 7. And now we can go ahead and add the 1, the 3, and the 1 to get 5. And your final answer is 5 pounds and 24 pence. So let's take a look at this one. We're going to be subtracting. Same deal, and lucky for us, everything's already in a line. So now we can go ahead and do 3 minus 3, which is 0. 6 minus 4 is 2, and 5 minus 1 is 4. And your final answer is 4 pounds and 20 pence. Now, at this point, you can see money has to have 2 decimal places. Make sure to add that last 0. So let's go ahead and take a look at another example. In this particular example, they're not in a line. So let's go ahead and put them in alignment or in one line. And as you can see right now, there's an empty 0. So let's go ahead and add that. And now we can go ahead and start with the subtraction. So 6 minus 0 is 6. And unfortunately, we can't do 7 minus 9 because 7 is smaller. So we need to borrow, change the 6 to a 5, change the 7 to 17 because we added 10 to it. Now we can go ahead and subtract 17 minus 9, which is 8. And then we can do 5 minus 3, which is 2. And your final answer is 2 pounds and 86 pence. Now let's take a look at the last example. And everything's already in a line, so now we can just go ahead and start subtracting. But in this particular example, we have to borrow twice because 4 minus 5 is not possible. So we need to change the 2 to a 1, change the 4 to a 14. And how do we get that? Because 10 plus 4 is 14. And then 14 minus 5 is 9. And then now we need to change the 5 because 1 minus 4 is not possible. And we need to change that to a 4. Add first of all, change the 1, add it, and make it to 11 because we added 10 to it. Now we can subtract 11 minus 4, which is 7. And finally, 4 minus 1, which is 3. And your final answer is 3 pounds and 79 cents. So go ahead and pause the video, answer these questions at your own time. And I'm going to show you the answers in 3, 2, and 1. Here you have it. Okay? If you got these answers correct, well done. If you didn't, there is always tomorrow.